There's a lot of talk in the United States right now about abortion, and so in this video I wanted to share an argument for why abortion can never be justified, for why it is always wrong. Now, this is a valid argument, that is to say the conclusion does follow from the premises, if those premises are true. This is different from a lot of the junk floating around online right now, that is not valid arguments, but fallacies. The number one fallacy I see being thrown around online right now, having to do with abortion, is when people say something like, you can't speak against abortion because you're a white male or something. This is what's called an ad hominem attack. Ad hominem is Latin for against the man, and it's fallacious because just because you don't like somebody, or just because somebody might be an appalling individual, it doesn't follow that their argument is false. Also, look, just to be super frank, if you say I can't have an opinion on this because I'm a white male, you are a racist sexist. Now, I mean that. I know that those terms get thrown around a lot as well, and I'm not saying them lightly. But if you really think that in order to be able to know what the truth is on a specific matter, you have to be a certain gender and a certain race, that's pretty egregious stuff. And as I say, it's an ad hominem attack anyway, so let's look at a logical argument against abortion. As I say, if the premises are true, the conclusion follows. So here it is. Premise 1. It's always wrong for big, strong people to kill little, weak, innocent people. But, premise 2, the unborn are little, weak, innocent people. Therefore, it's always wrong for big, strong people to kill the unborn. Now, if I'm wrong, then one of those, or perhaps both of those premises must be wrong. So which is it? Is premise 1 wrong? It's always wrong for big, strong people to kill little, weak, innocent people? If that's wrong, then okay, then maybe abortion can be justified. But is that really what you want to say? That if you're bigger and stronger than certain people, you can dismember them and kill them, even though they're innocent and weak? I don't know too many people who'd like to jump on board with that premise. So what about the second premise? The second premise is that the unborn are little, weak, innocent people. And I think, look, it's scientifically undeniable that life begins at conception. And so to say that the unborn aren't human just seems to me to be unscientific and philosophical nonsense. If it's growing, it's alive, isn't it? Yes, okay. If it has human parents, it's human, isn't it? Yes, okay. So I think you should agree with me that it's always wrong for big, strong people, that is to say us and those that we pay, to kill unborn children. Fetuses, embryos. Always wrong to do that. Now, I know that there's some of you out there who blatantly disagree with me, and there's nothing I can say, perhaps, that might change your mind, although, who knows. But perhaps there's some of you who are on the fence, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, you're right, abortion is wrong. But maybe you're afraid to admit that because you think, well, I don't want to be a Christian. I don't want to be a religious person. This wasn't a religious argument. Or you might say, well, if I start being anti-abortion, does that mean I have to change my views on this and that? No, not necessarily. There are many atheists who are against abortion, so why can't you be as well? I think if you're a logical person and you agree with those premises, you must agree with the conclusion. So, 2 things I want to ask you to do. Number 1, let me know below what you think of that argument, and if you disagree with one of the premises or both, let me know why. And the second thing I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button. Now, the reason is, every month I interview really interesting people for about 2 to 3 hours on the Matt Fradd Show. And in June, I'll be interviewing Stephanie Gray on the issue of abortion. So I want you, if you have a question for her specifically that you want me to ask her, some area you want me to get into, let me know below and I'll ask her. But if you hit that subscribe button, you'll get access to that video. Thank you very much for following this channel and looking forward to reading your comments below.